Aloha. Mr. President, First Lady, all of you dignitaries gathered here today, Irene, Ken, be strong. You carry an American hero inside of you. Standing here in this hallowed cemetery where so many Americans, heroes are laid to rest, saying goodbye to my friend, my brother, Dan Inouye, is very difficult for me. Today, Dan rejoins his brothers in arms, those who left for war and never returned, and those tenacious like Dan who carried the scars of battle with them through life, but never stopped giving back to our great nation. Today we remember Akaka Oka'aina, a child of these islands who achieved greatness. Dan Inouye became one of the most powerful and respected lawmakers in history. His lifetime of service is celebrated around the world. He was a shining star of the greatest generation. Dan embodied Hawaii. His love of culture and traditions were instilled by his mother, who was adopted by a native Hawaiian family, and as you know, we call that Hanai. Dan was a Hawaiian at heart. Dan's go-for-broke attitude was molded on this island of Oahu. A product of McKinney High School, he stepped forward to defend our country at a time when that same nation was mistreating his fellow Japanese Americans. His heroism in battle was celebrated with the Medal of Honor. After the war, the GI Bill helped him earn a degree from the University of Hawaii. He went on to break so many barriers. He opened doors and made it possible for minorities like me, and later, like President Obama, and so many others, to serve at the highest levels. He shot all the way to the top of the Senate, becoming the Senate President pro tem, just to make sure that the ceiling was completely demolished. Mahalo nui loa, Dan. I treasure the time I spent with Dan during my 36 years in Congress. I expected him to be there long after I retired. It is hard to believe he will no longer be seen in the Capitol office, working for Hawaii, supporting our troops, fighting for justice. Dan Inouye's legacy is not only the loving family he leaves behind. It can be seen on every part of every island in this place we call Hawaii. Dan is a part of every community health clinic, every national park, every airport, every harbor, every military base, every veteran cemetery. Dan Inouye is Hawaii, and Hawaii is Dan Inouye. And Ken, you gave him his dream of being a grandfather. We talked about some of these when we had a chance, and when Maggie was born, little Maggie, John and Dan joked that you can finally figured out how to do it. She lit up his life. Someday Maggie will watch this service and know that what a special person her grandfather was, and how much he meant to all of us, and how much he loved her. Mahalo nui loa, Dan, for your lifetime of service to Hawaii and our great nation. God bless you on your journey after this life. My brother, aloha oe, hui ho.